4 minutes for presentation. So, Mr. Miller, thank you.
Thank you for having me, everybody. It's an honor and I'm humbled to be here. I'm coming to you as the president and founder of the Network of Tyrosinemia Advocates. We cover tyrosinemia type 1, 2, and 3. As you all know, tyrosinemia type 1 is much more common. If I may share my story, a very quick Cliff Notes version of it is that my son was born in 2009, and he was given a newborn screening panel in the state of New Jersey, and the newborn screening panel failed us. He was given a clean bill of health. We were sent home. Enjoy your lives. You have a great little boy. He started getting sick. You guys know the rest of the story. Fortunately, he was caught, and he's alive, and he's doing well with treatment. But it was not without a massive fight, without 3 hospitals, 2 transfers, and somebody getting in a car on Thanksgiving Eve transferring NTBC, which is the medication, from Nashville to Philadelphia to CHOP, where he was ultimately diagnosed and treated. It was not without side effects, and it was not without, some permanent damage that we have to take care of forever. I used that fuel to create my organization, and I couldn't understand why I was the only one who had been failed by this system until I started getting members. Oh, thank you. Until I started getting members and realizing that the members had very similar stories. My son is not the only one who was misdiagnosed or not diagnosed. I have a handful of families who tell me stories just like mine that did not end well. I have one family that is on their 3rd child with tyrosinemia type 1. The first 2 were not caught on newborn screening, and they both died. I have a family in Ohio. Their daughter died. They didn't diagnose her until 10 months. I have another family in New York. It goes on, okay? The point I'm trying to make is that there was a void in the panel in that you would test tyrosinemia for tyrosine as your primary marker. It has been recommended by this panel that we use succinylacetone as the primary marker. The reason I'm standing at this podium is to remind you all, or inform you if you don't know, that the great states of Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Georgia, Illinois, and Oklahoma, as of about 3 weeks ago when I last updated this, are not performing your recommendations. As those states do that, we are running the risk of losing more children or damaging more children before they could be treated. It's unacceptable, it's insulting to this panel, and it's dangerous, essentially, because what happens is if you test for tyrosine only and you send the families home and then the kid gets sick 12 weeks later and they go to clinic, a regular clinic, not a specialized metabolic clinic, the doctors look at what's the first thing they do? They look at the newborn screen and they go, well, can't be tyrosinemia. And sometimes months can go by, weeks can go by. I know in our time of evolution, that time's getting shorter and we're making great strides. So with any hope, those clinicians can pick up on those false negatives. But we can't rely on that. If you test for succinylacetone on the newborn screening as a primary marker, you will pick up dramatically more of the cases. What your numbers and your statistics don't show, I'm assuming they don't show, is the amount of kids who died not from a late diagnosis, but were never caught, have died of unknown liver disease or unknown problems, and that there could be tyrosinemia kids in that, as well as other situations. So my proposal to this committee is, could you please reach out to the states that are not currently in compliance with your recommendations and ask them to update their machines to get on the right systems and get everything going so that we don't have to do this. This is my mission for 2016. I've promised my membership that by the end of 2016, all states will be doing this. And I don't see any reason that we collectively cannot make that happen. So thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments, very pertinent, and we'd be happy to work with you on that.
Okay. If anybody needs me, I'm available, and I'll be more than willing to do anything you want me to do.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Annie Kennedy, Senior Vice President, Legislation and Public Policy of the Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy.